Have you ever experienced leading a group of people who didn't trust each other? If you have, then you'll probably know how challenging and exhausting this can be. A team without trust isn't called a team. It's just a group of individuals working together and often making disappointing progress. They may not cooperate, they may not share information, they might keep on disagreeing over rights and responsibilities, and they may never reach their full potential if trust isn't present. No matter how competent or talented they are, without trust, people become reluctant to put themselves out there. If they do, they're vulnerable to being judged by their team members. Unfortunately, the truth is that most people haven't been taught how to build trust. You may get passed over for promotions in favor of someone more trustworthy. In extreme cases, a lack of trust can even bring down your entire team or organization. Learning how to build trust at work is critical if you're going to be successful as an employee, a manager, or an effective leader. If you don't have trust, it'll be more difficult to communicate and coordinate with your peers or colleagues. However, when your trust is in place, each individual in the team becomes effective and efficient because they are part of a progressive and cohesive group. When people trust one another, the group can attain meaningful goals towards success. Employees who trust their colleagues and leadership are more likely to be empathetic, collaborative, open, honest, and constructive, which can boost productivity and innovation. In this video, we will take a look at different tips that you can use to start building trust in the workplace today. You'll learn exactly what trust is, how important it is, and how it manifests. Number 1. Be transparent with your team. Workplace transparency is proven to breed long-term success. Transparency is showing accountability through communication. It encourages communication and sharing, creates better employee engagement and happiness, can lead to stronger workplace and culture values, and engage better customer relations. Being honest, being vulnerable, giving feedback, and stating expectations are all forms of transparency. Be transparent by giving constructive criticism and positive feedback often so that people understand where you're coming from and what your expectations are. Admitting mistakes and being vulnerable can also be a sign of being transparent around your team. This shows that you're also not perfect, and it's a great way to show people that they can trust you. Knowledge is power, and the lesson to take away is that transparency, truth, and openness spread knowledge that empowers people to do better and work together. Without transparency, people tend to make up their truth about something. Number 2. Learn to respect everyone. Respect your employees' opinions and ideas. If you say your meeting is at 8 a.m., don't show up 1 hour late. Just because you don't agree with someone's perception, you're free to shut the door. Open door policies take many shapes, but fostering an environment where employees feel safe coming to you with workplace concerns, new strategies, or even constructive criticism shows that you are genuinely interested in evaluating the situation. Remember, great leaders are great listeners. Showing respect doesn't mean you have to agree with everyone, but when you acknowledge their feelings, it somehow builds trust. Respect is simply the golden rule in action. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Number 3. Show them that you care for them. Trust is constantly built when someone sees that you truly value them as a person. and not just as an employee. If a leader doesn't care about their team members won't care about them or the organization. Team members who feel cared for at work are more engaged and effective. They're happier, more positive and productive, and less likely to leave. You can show people you value them by learning more about them personally, praising them daily, and asking for their input more often. When people feel valued, you do more than earn their trust. You earn their loyalty as well. And lastly, number 4, unite your team. While ambiguity and confusion lead to a lack of teamwork in the workplace, clarity builds it. Clarity of purpose, values, and vision bring a team closer together and invites collaboration. Establishing a strong and united team can be just as challenging for managers who work with teams frequently as it is for those less experienced in team dynamics. Strictly do not allow and tolerate other people gossiping amongst your team. Gossip is like cancer. It slowly kills the morale of the team. Trust, however, is the cure. Bringing your team together and quickly resolving issues makes for a happier and more productive workplace. A team that struggles together and succeeds together is a team that unites. When comparing a high trust to a low trust work environment, the 4 elements of trust will either be present or missing from the leader. Take the initiative to challenge yourself to make an effort every day on developing the 4 tips to build trust in your team. Today, work on being transparent. Tomorrow, work on showing others respect, and so on. Keep on doing that until you have built a high-trust work environment and more respect in the workplace. Trust levels may be on the rise for management, but that doesn't mean that leaders cannot control when it comes to driving trust in their teams and organization at large. Trust takes a lot of hard work to earn and very little effort to lose. Once lost, trust can be nearly impossible to get back. Yet employees who trust their leaders will make every effort to enable them to be more engaged in the business. In short, in today's management, building trust might just be your most important responsibility as a leader. Learning how to build trust effectively will help you in all your relationships. You need to know how to build trust in the workplace if you want progress. But it's for personal relationships as well. When it comes to building trust, try to keep a long-term approach. Be honest, acknowledge your commitments, admit when you're wrong, and you'll be well on your way to being seen as a trustworthy person. Workforce productivity and success hinges largely on examples set by the people at the top. Building trust doesn't happen overnight, but the leaders who invest the time to learn and improve in a positive working environment based on mutual respect will be rewarded with employees who are more engaged and loyal to their company. Figuring out how to build trust doesn't have to be difficult if you follow the tips we've discussed. Now it's time for you to start taking steps to build more trust in your team and win.